situations and become a funded trader. Right, so those who stay till the end of this 45-minute presentation, we have some very special bonuses and some special pricing for you this evening, plus some quick action bonuses. Okay. Okay. So why do some traders succeed while other traders don't? Well, in the world of trading, the difference between success and failure can be as stark as day and night. So let's delve into the reasons why traders thrive and others stumble. I've always wondered why some traders make it so easy and they make money consistently and some traders just don't. So the reason why is they lack a trading plan. You know, all successful traders meticulously plan their moves. They know what they'll trade, when they'll trade it, and how they'll trade it. So without a solid trading plan, you're like a ship without a compass drifting aimlessly. You don't have an edge. You have to have your own unique edge in the market. And this could be a strategy, it could be technical analysis, it could be understanding a particular asset class. And, you know, traders who lack edge often struggle. Now, our edge is trading with institutional order flow and trading trends. The psychological challenges. Well, you know what? Trading is as much psychology as it's about numbers, right? Fear, greed, fear of missing out, you know, impatience. You know, these things can sabotage even the best strategies. So developing mental resilience and emotional discipline is crucial. I call it mental mindset. All right, over trading. You all know about over trading. We've all done it. You know, it leads to exhaustion, poor decision making, you know, quality over quantity. You know, we have a saying in the trading room, we're not here to make trades, we're here to make money. And not adapting to markets. Markets change, they evolve. Right now, we're in a very range-bound, choppy market, you know, and we have to adjust to those things, you know. Trading success isn't guaranteed, but understanding these pitfalls can help you improve your odds. All righty. Come on, why aren't you changing? All right, slide. Let's try this again. Where was I? That's where some of this happened. Wow. Why isn't my PowerPoint working? I'm sorry, hold on a second. Let me go ahead and reopen it. I've never had my PowerPoint stop working in the middle of a presentation. That's all right. Let's just go ahead and restart it. All right, let's go where we were. Okay, that's kind of where we were. That was strange. All right. All right. So you need 4 things to create trading success. The first thing you need is software that provides you with your competitive edge over all other traders. The second thing you need is that edge to track the direction of money flow, institutional money flow. The third thing is you need etched in stone rules to follow. And with the etched in stone rules, this eliminates discretion. And the fourth thing, which is the most important thing, in my opinion, is patience. Patience and discipline to let the trade set up. Okay, so I'm going to break down the system for you in detail, but let me show you some trades that we've been taking. Here's a trade on AMC, an options trade. Here's another one on GME. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds. The euro currency. Those are some trades we've taken, but you know what? You wouldn't, if it's likely that you have a problem making money. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. You know, before I started with the Money Flow Tracker software, I was in your shoes, right? So if you have a problem making money, you don't have the proper tools to efficiently manage your trade. You overtrade, you revenge trade. These are big ones here. You make impulsive decisions. The market's moving one way. you're in the other way, you get stopped out. Oh, I'm just going to go back that the other way. No, then you get stopped out again, and you just make impulsive decisions that just you lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. You lack a mathematically proven trade methodology, and all these things lead up to blowing trading accounts. So my commitment for you being here this evening is to bring this to an end. Stop it, right? So why do they say that 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Because they follow the same old things that everybody else does. Price action, MACD, Elliott wave, divergence, Fibonacci's, all these things have no future predictive properties. Now, I am not, and I repeat, I am not saying that Money Flow Tracker predicts the future, okay? I'm not saying that, but it does a very good job, high probability setups. So Mark Sachs has over 15 plus years in the field of applied mathematics. He was a professor at Jefferson's University. He did work for the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Army, some other big companies. Can't remember all the names, and this allowed him to engineer the Money Flow Tracker software system and the trade method, the trade methodology that can radically change your trade performance. It's like you've never seen a system like this in the past. Why? Because it's totally unique. And we have over 500 traders that we trade shoulder to shoulder between the 3 trading rooms every morning. But before we get started, I'd like to share with you my trade journal. Now, I use a trade journal, an online trade journal. Okay, let me go ahead and log in here. And every day I do a performance report. And you know what? I'm going to load 2023 because I want to have as much data to show you as possible. Okay. So let's just go, I don't know, let's go to July or something. June, let's go to June, all right? So look, we had almost a 71% win rate with a 2.06 profit factor, right? But look in June, look how many days we didn't trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days we didn't trade. But we had a lot of positive days because these were days that the markets were trending. And in June, what did we do? Well, last year, $9,000, right? Look at July of last year, right? Now, I was away from the 11th to the 17th, and I'm not going to count July 4th because it was a holiday. So we didn't trade on the 3rd, and we had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days in July that we didn't trade. And look what we did in July, 89.86. So the point is, if we would have traded even in June, if we would have traded these days probably would have been losing days. Because if the market's not trending, the software will keep you out of the market. All right, Peter, we trade 2 contracts on a 50K. I have 6 50K accounts. Okay, here's my equity curve from last year. Here's our equity curve for this year. Okay, yeah, we've had bumps along the way. I mean, not every day is going to be winning days, but we have bumps along the way. This week has been really, really choppy. So that's my trade journal. So let's keep on going. The market consists of many small retail traders, right? Plus one or more a large institutional trader. Well, if you already know that most retail traders go broke, why would you want to trade along with them? Wouldn't you be better off trading with the institutional traders? That's what we trade with, right? They're the ones that move the market, not the retail traders. The institutional traders feed off the retail traders. So let's go into the software. The Money Flow Tracker software has 3 key metrics that determine money flow. Triple screen assessment of order flow, triple screen assessment of correlative markets, and triple screen assessment of the Laguerre for momentum. So what do we mean by triple screen assessment? 3 time frames. So I like to say I have a 3 time frame buy, a 3 time frame sell in agreement. 3 time frames going up or 3 time frames going down. Now our time frames are multiples of 3. We trade with Unirenko bars, so we use range bars for our higher time frames. So the first most powerful thing that moves price is triple screen assessment of order flow. So when I say order flow, people think of these candles. The first thing I think about when somebody says order flow are these candles with numbers on the left, inside, bottom right, bottom left, left side, right side, upside down, inside out, sideways, you name it. There's numbers here. It's very difficult to determine what's going on here when the markets are moving. It's almost impossible for your brain to take all this information and calculate it and then make good trading decisions. So we went one step further. So triple screen assessment of order flow means that we have to have order flow on 3 time frames going in the same direction. So what we did on our order flow candles is we took all the numbers away. We formulated these candles, and when the candle outline is in green, means that your delta of that candle is positive. When the outline of the candle is red, means the delta of this candle is negative. I like to look at it this way. If I have a green outline, means I have more buyers than sellers. And if I have a red outline, means I have more sellers than buyers. Keep it simple. I like to keep things super simple. Okay, so this is how our charts are displayed. The colored background is 3 time frames. Right? Our indicators are displayed by these lines, these colored lines. Right? So the second most powerful force that moves price is the triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY and using our hybrid candles. So again, we want to see the LIQUIDITY going in the same direction on 3 time frames. So the LIQUIDITY is giving us a 3 time frame buy, right? And they're in the and our hybrid candles, the wicks. So if you know that Renko bars, you don't see the price action in the bar. But we do, and we need to see this, and we're the only one that has the wicks inside the price action inside the Renko bar. We need to see. When you have little tiny wicks, means you have momentum. When you have long wicks, means this is a pullback candle. This is a pullback candle. This is a pullback candle. Okay, so when we get to a certain point, let me go back to that slide. So when we get to a certain point and we're getting a lot of deep wicks, means the momentum is easing up. All right, so the modified LIQUIDITY. So what we did was we took all these indicators, we developed the modified LIQUIDITY, we added an algorithm to it, and the modified LIQUIDITY is an oscillator, but it doesn't show divergence or anything else. It only shows strength of trend. So the modified LIQUIDITY is on the bottom, and above it is the line for the modified LIQUIDITY. Right? So when this crosses below 20, this will turn red. When it crosses above 20 and is sloping up, it'll be lime green. And the same thing, when it crosses above 80, it'll be green. When it crosses below 80, it will be, and sloping down, it will be orange. So we want to see it pinned at 100 or pinned at 0. So we get our acceleration dots. So I'm building up to the system, and then I'll show you the setups. So the next thing are our quant lines using our AI program, which used to be called neural networks. And what we did with the quant lines is we took 28 market components. We have our AI system examine them for correlation. Now, most people don't pay attention to correlation, but we do, right? If the ES is going up, wouldn't it benefit you if the NQ to YM and the RTY are going up at the same time? If everybody's buying ES, if everybody's buying the markets in general up, it's very powerful to be able to have this correlation. It's like the old saying, a rising tide floats all boats. Well, it's kind of the same thing. If the market's selling off and all the markets, ES, NQ, RTY, YM are selling off, you have extra high probability setups. So what we did was we took it one more step. For higher probability setups, and we added a fourth time frame. So now we just don't have triple screen assessment, we have quadruple screen assessment, and we call it our C2 indicator. And we basically just add another time frame. So the C2 indicator is displayed with this stair-stepping line above the candles. So when you see the stair-stepping line above the candles, you have and a green background or a dark pink background, you have 4 time frames in agreement, you have very high probability setup. So putting it all together is really easy. So if you can follow these easy to follow rules, you should have very high probability trades. No, I am not. Again, I'm going to repeat this. I am not saying that all your trades are going to be winners, because first of all, it's impossible. And second of all, I'd be lying to you, and I won't do that. I've been lied to, conned over the years in trading to buy this and buy that and do this and do that. And if you sign up with me, you'll be a great trader. Da, 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 da. So I won't do that. Right? So here are the rules. We need the colored background, either green or dark pink. 3 time frames in agreement. The next rule, we want the 4th time frame in agreement, so we want to see the C2 indicator. The next rule, the solid line and the dot dash line. Going up, we want to see the solid line above the dot dash line, and going down, we want to see it opposite. So we have pivots, we have higher time frame support, we have the VWAP, we have some other obstructions or areas of support and resistance. So if we break one of these areas, it must break by 3/4 of a candle, and then we must have a pullback candle. And I'll explain to you why we have to have the pullback candle. The next thing, both quants must be either red or green. The multiple time frame in Laguerre must be red or green. And you must have the modified Laguerre on the bottom pinned at 100 or 0, so you get your acceleration dots. So this trade here, if you exited when the 15 or the dot dash line, the 15 changes color, this would be 63 ticks. That's $630 per contract. Okay. Any questions? Any questions you have, put them in the questions box. I know Rory's been answering a bunch of them. We have like 100-something people here, so he's been staying up on them. So look, trading with the money flow tracker rules will keep you out of choppy, non-trending markets, which usually leads to losses, where most traders lose money. You know what? It's easy to trade when the markets are trending. Super easy to trade. When the markets are choppy or range bound, super difficult to trade. So the software won't give you setups. Here's a chart today on crude oil. Now, crude oil, if you look at even a 30-minute chart, right, today, how could you trade this? It's not trending. It's chopping back and forth all day. We didn't have any setups on crude oil to trade today. Nothing. This was yesterday. We didn't have anything to trade today on crude oil. It wasn't trending. We didn't have any setups. So it kept us out of the crude oil market, which if we've tried to trade it, first of all, we didn't have any setups, so we're not going to take trades without any setups. That's the first thing. We don't trade if we don't have a setup. But the second thing, and the most important thing, is that it's okay not to have setups. It's okay not to trade every day, right? We don't trade every day. Some days we don't trade at all, but we don't lose any money that day either. And when the markets are choppy, those are the days that you lose money. So here was a trade that I took on CL, right? First 2 contracts, 10 ticks for the first profit target, stop goes to break even, right? And I watched this and I watched this. I almost got stopped out on this candle, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it. I left my stop at break even. When I got down to here, I started moving my stop, and it exited when this line changed from red to yellow. So this was $650, this one trade, and it took a total of not even a minute. It got entered like at 9:36, 9:37, and was just kept going and going, you know. So what does the money flow tracker do? It gives you clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits, and you get all your pre-configured ATMs. So for coming this evening, I'm going to teach you how I trade breakouts with the money flow tracker software and how we sidestep a lot of losing trades. And I call it the pull back and go strategy. So here, this is what we look for, and this is what the strategy is. All right. So right here, we have a pivot. We wait for the break, 3/4 of the candle. We get the pullback candle. So the market's coming down, right? It's coming down here. Breaks 3/4. As this candle pulls back about halfway, that's when we place our order to sell on down close. Now, what happens if this market's coming down, and all of a sudden it decides to go this way? Well, our order gets canceled if this bar closes up. And we get a lot of orders canceled because you have a break. So this is what my theory is on this. You have a break. Normally when you break a support, it pulls back and retests it and then goes. And that's why I call it the pull back and go. It doesn't go down, break, and then go the other way. It goes down, and as it's pulling back half the candle, that's when we place our order. And yes, sometimes we do still get caught up in a head fake. Most of the time, we don't. When we wait for the pullback candle, that's one of our key things that we like to wait for. So let me get my pointer here again. Okay, so look, here's on RTY, broke the pivot, 3/4 of candle, place the order here, first profit target, stopped out on my second contract. Here's another one on CL. Here's two of them on the Canadian dollar. All right, so that strategy saves us a lot of losing trades. And I mean a lot. Some days we have 3, 4, 5 trades that don't follow through. And that saves us from just getting in like retail traders do. They get in and they just, oh, it's breaking. I'm just going to get in here, and then it punishes them. So now we're going to talk about the money flow tracker order trader. So here are some trades that it has taken. This one was 704 ticks. This one for 665 ticks. This one was 1,016 ticks. This one was 792 ticks, right? So what does the order trader do? The order trader, this is what the order trader, some of the settings in the order trader. It follows the rules. That's what it does. I'm going to open up the strategy in NinjaTrader, and it follows the rules. So you want to have the C2, right? You want to have the LIQUIDITY, either red or green. You want to have the multiple time frame LIQUIDITY, either red or green, right? We can use a volume threshold if we want. We want the 50 and the 15s, all this stuff to be in agreement, red or green. We want the 50 to be either red or green. We want this 50 above or below. So the MA diff, okay, the MA diff is how far away from the 50 is price. So on this, we use 290 because it's a swing trade. And here, we want to clear pivots. So once it clears the pivot by 3/4 of a candle, it will take the trade. If there's not at least 80 ticks, which is first profit target, it will not take the trade to the pivot. The volume zones that are higher time frame support and resistance, and we want our quants to be red or green. And we want to only trade long above the VWAP and short below the VWAP. Now there are other parameters in here like start time. What time do you want your strategy to start? It has money management. So let's say, well, you know what? I want to make $500, and if the strategy, if I lose 250, I don't want it to trade anymore. And that's it. We have lots of people that use this strategy that work still, and they turn it on in the morning and they just leave it and they let it run all day. It shuts off before the market closes. There's a setting in there. Here's the equity curves on them. Here's a trade that I was in the other day on MNQ. We traded on MNQ only, right? And I hit my first profit target fairly quickly. And I said, you know what? I think this trade is going to go more, a lot more. So I said, I'm going to record it. So I recorded it after it hit my first profit target, but I'm going to go fast forward, right? And this is a live trade, right? It didn't move this fast, but right, look, we're up 322 ticks. We're up 523 ticks. Now I'm looking here and saying the MA diff is starting to get a little high, right? And it kept going and it kept going. And we ended up on this trade 570 ticks before we got stopped out, right? And I didn't do anything. The auto trader took it all and did everything. So I wanted to share that. All right, let's keep going here. All right, how to pass the evaluations. That's what everybody wants to know. How do you pass these evaluations? Well, in these markets, it's really tough. In trending markets, it's really easy. So look, this is most people's problem. They focus on the carrot instead of focusing on the process. Instead of focusing on trading well, they're focusing on results. You know, most professional traders, hedge fund traders, fund traders, they don't focus on how much they're going to make. They focus on how much they could lose. They manage risk. And that's what you have to start thinking of yourself as, managing risk, right? So focus on trading well and the profits will take care of themselves. If you worry about, you get in a trade and you worry about, am I going to lose on this trade? Am I going to lose on this trade? Or is this going to be a winner? You know what? You'll never be a good trader, okay? You have to focus on your process. I took a couple of trades today. They were perfect qualified trades. They lost. Okay, so be it. You know, it's just part of trading. Losses are part of trading. You have to learn to accept them. Sure, nobody likes to lose, but you know what? It's not what you did today. It's not what you did this week. It's what you did at the end of the month. You could have a bad couple trading days and still come out at the end of the month pretty well. So look, the challenges or evaluations or whatever they call them are designed to make you fail because of parameters that they put in place, like how many trading days to pass. The trailing drawdown is the biggest one. You know, you worry about all the things causes sloppy trading. You start revenge trading, you start impulse trading, you start being way under a lot of stress, which makes you even worse. And before you know it, you blew the accounts and, you know, you have to start all over again. We had a guy in the trading room. He said he was like $200 away from passing his account. And he says to me, he goes, I only have 2 days before I have to pay for another month. What should I do? I said, I would recommend for you to trade micros. And if you have to pay for another month, pay the $30 because it was 80% off lifetime. Pay the $30. Well, he didn't. And he traded a little bit larger size to get that extra 200, and he ended up blowing the account. Now he has to start all over again. So this is my process. You know, you get a $50,000 account, you think you're trading $50,000. No, you're not. It sounds good though. You know, I got 650K accounts. Well, yeah, sounds great. You're not. You're trading your drawdown. Think about trading your drawdown and not trading your 50K account. You know, I only risk 10% of my drawdown on any one account, any one trade, which is $250, which means that if I trade NQ and we use a 40 tick stop on NQ. If I trade NQ means I have to trade micros to stay within my risk parameter, so I do. And there is nothing wrong with it. Sometimes I think the micros move better than NQ. I know that the micros trade 2 to 3 times the amount of volume that NQ trades. Even right now, NQ has traded since the open this evening, 29,000 contracts compared to 12,000 on NQ. So, you know, your win rate versus reward, win versus reward, right? If you're trading 1-to-1, you need to be at least 60% to be profitable, right? We're trading almost 3-to-1, so, and we're over 60% profitable, so that's why we don't worry about it. But the best thing for you to do is stay within your risk parameter, get your win rate up. You know, the money flow tracker software will help you get your win rate up, and you'll be fine. So rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk, and this will give you the competitive edge. So this little mouse is saying, I'm getting that piece of cheese, and if this thing hits me in the head, I have my helmet on, so I'm going to be smart about it. All right. So trading success, what does it mean? Financial freedom, no financial pressure, you work from home, you have no boss, you have no commute, and you have the advantage of being a full-time trader and working for yourself. You know, you can, if you don't feel like trading one day, you just don't. So now I've showed you everything. I showed you the money flow tracker. I showed you my results. I've showed you the auto trader. I've explained the software and the rules. Super simple. So now you have 2 choices. First choice is if you're making money and you're happy with what you're doing, then God bless you and keep moving forward. But I would imagine if you're here, you know, the second option would be a better option for you, you know, and you could join the thousands of traders that we work 4 hours plus or minus every day. We have no boss and we have total financial freedom. So the money flow tracker software, the benefits and the features. Easy to learn. You'll get all your workspaces, all your templates. It's perfect for beginners. Sometimes I wish I had the money flow tracker software when I first started trading. You can trade any account size. We have lots of people that just trade micros. Just trade micros, that's it. And they're perfectly happy with that. And that's what they want to do. That's great. And it works on any market, Forex, futures, stocks, options. So for the first 10 traders that come aboard this evening, we have some additional power software. First thing is the market analyzer. So this is my market analyzer. Okay, this is how I have it set up. So we trade Unirenko bars, so we have it set up on Unirenko bars. So for instance, natural gas, gold, and CL, we trade on a 2-5-10. ES, we trade on a 4-8-2-4-8. YM, we trade on a 4-10-20. So when you look in here and you look at these bar, what's in here, this says sell on natural gas. Excuse me. Doesn't mean that we have a sell condition, doesn't mean we have a sell setup. So let's just do this really quick. I'll pull over this chart and we'll change it to natural gas. And we have a colored background. Doesn't mean we have a trade because we don't have the quants. So that you'll get that, which is a $9.99 value, you'll get that as part of your package. You'll get the NDT, which is what we use to execute trades on. So buy on up close, sell on down close. You put your ATM here, and it's one click of a button, and that's it. You'll get the masterclass series on future Forex stocks and options, and these are really good. I've watched them. You'll get 1 month in my trading room, which our trading rooms were evaluated by this Dr. Victor Allen, and he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including transparency, proven track record, record and assisting traders with educational material and online support. And we came out on top, and this was published in Traders World and Stock and Commodity Magazine. So here's our offer for this evening, and it's a great offer. The Money Flow Tracker software is normally $23.95 a year subscription. We're giving 50% off for $11.97. That's incredible. That's less than $100 a month. If you prefer a lifetime license, we're doing 50% off a lifetime license from $59.98 down to $29.99. And if you'd like to do a monthly, we're cutting $200 off of the monthly subscription from $597 to $397. And for the first 10 traders that come on board, we're going to give you bonuses, the Money Flow Tracker Auto Trader. That's a $29.97 value. You're going to get that part of it. The NDT execution platform is a $14.99 value. You're going to get that as part of your package. The market scanner, $9.97, you're going to get that. 1 month in the trade room, tutorials and videos and training, $19.97, you're going to get that. And you're going to get your software installed by Charles. And you don't have to do anything. He'll install it, set up your charts, everything for you. And you'll get coaching from yours truly. So, any questions? And we're going to give you the Money Flow Tracker minute chart templates for people that want to trade on higher time frames, that don't want to day trade or stuff like that. So here's my commitment to you. Is when you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software is to help you become a successful trader. Remember one thing, if you're not successful, it's really not your fault. You're just not using the right tools to be successful. You know, you want to track institutional order flow. You want to trade when institutions are trading. You don't want to trade when it's just retail traders. You know, if you're not using the right tools, it's like trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. Yeah, eventually maybe it'll get in the wood, but if you use a hammer, that's the right tool. So, you know, the Money Flow Tracker software is totally unique and will give you that edge to trade with institutional order flow. So again, my commitment to you is to teach you not how to just read the setups. I could teach a 5-year-old to read the setups. The setups are easy, you know, but also to teach you how to have developed that mental mindset. You must have that mental mindset to achieve financial independence and achieve success, trading success. So if you'd like to subscribe, if you go to the chat box here and go to webinar, you don't have to use a coupon code. Just go ahead here and click on this link, and this page will pop up. Let me go ahead and put this back up here. And this page will pop up, and you'll be right here at the Money Flow Tracker software. If you want to do a yearly, you just click on yearly. You don't need a coupon or everything. They're already applied. Okay, and here you go. $23.95. There you go. $23.95. Took off $11.97, 50% off. Total $11.97, and on your first renewal for next year, you'll get the same $11.97. How's that? We'll do it this year for $11.97 a year and next year. So even if our price goes up, you'll be locked in. Your renewal will be locked in, and you'll get all the bonuses. So you can go online and subscribe yourself. If you end up at Right Line Trading's homepage, just scroll down here to Money Flow Tracker, click on here, and it'll bring you to the same page. All right, or if you prefer, put your phone number in the questions box, and either myself or Rory will call you right after the webinar, and you can ask us as many questions as you want. You can do your purchase over the phone if you want. Some people don't like to do online purchases these days. Okay, So look, it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders and swing traders are losing money. So this guy here, he's a retail trader. Brokerage firms love when retail traders open up a $5,000 trading account, right? Why is that? Because they know that $5,000 is going to be in their pocket. Maybe it might take a month, maybe it might take 6 weeks, but they'll lose that money, right? But not our traders. Our traders are making money. So when a retail trader is flushing his money, who do you think is getting that money from him? Institutional traders. Retail traders like guppies to them, and I know this for a fact because I know a guy that's an institutional trader. And he told me, he says, retail traders are our guppies. He says, they're so predictable. They have a support level, right? And they're going to put an order to sell right below that support level. So we go down there and we grab that order and then we go back the other way. He says they're so predictable, it's not even funny. So, we trade with institutional money flow. And that's one of our main advantages is trading with institutional money flow. How do we know when institutions are trading? Well, this number here on the bottom or on the top, on the bottom right-hand corner. Now, this resets every minute. So it's counting how many trades are going through RTY every minute. Well, obviously, it's a quarter to 8 in the evening. Nobody's really trading RTY right now. So, when it ticked up, a couple of contracts, and now in 3, 2, 1, now it's going to reset back to 0. Okay, so we have certain numbers that we look for, which tells us that institutions are trading. So for instance, RTY, we want to see at least 500 contracts per minute, minimum, and then we know institutions are trading. So again, this is our offer, $11.97 for a year. That's less than $100 a month, right? And you get the first month in my trading room included, or $29.99 lifetime, or $397 monthly. And Rory says we still have some openings. Of the 10 people we've already had, he said 6 people sign up. And you're going to get the auto trader, which alone is worth the $11.97. Believe me, I paid more than $11.97 just for the auto trader. Right? So you'll get the auto trader, you'll get the NDT execution platform, the market scanner, a month in the room, all your training and all your software installed, and your extra bonus, the minute charge. So this is there must be 30 testimonials on here. So this is a woman that came to Mark. She was in a webinar just like you were, and she sent a message to Mark, and she contacted him, and she says, I really want to learn how to trade. I like what you showed me. I know nothing about trading. I mean, when you talk about nothing, she knew nothing. So Mark taught her, took her by the, where is it? He took her by the hand and he taught her, I don't know, it keeps going away. He took her by the hand and he taught her everything that she needed to know. He sat her down in front of the computer, showed her pictures of setups, and he said, when you have a green background and you have everything like this, I want you to click on buying up close. And when you have a red background or dark pink background and you have everything like this, I want you to click sell on down close. And that's all she did for 4 months. So to make a long story short, now she's a 6-figure trader and she doesn't trade every day either. This is a testimonial from David P. from my room. And this was a guy that was in a webinar just like you were. And he sends me a message in the questions box. He says, I'm the world's worst trader. I've been trying to trade for the last 10 years. I've been doing nothing but spinning my wheels, and I'm thinking of giving up. Can you help me? So we talked a little bit. And to make a long story short, I'm going to just read a couple of things here. First of all, he was in the trading room every morning. He learned the methodology, right? And the setups. Right now he has 10 Apex funded accounts and 10 Blue Knox funded accounts. So right here he writes, The money flow tracker software, along with David's methodology and rules, allow me to act like a robot and eliminate any guesswork or emotions from my trading. We use a tool called the NDT, which allows a single push button to enter the trades when we see the correct setup. So every morning, it's simple for him. See setup, push button, see setup, push button, see setup, push button. As long as it's a qualified setup, take the trade, because you can't pick and choose. You never know which is going to be the big winner. You never know which one's going to be a small winner. You never know which one is going to be a loser. Okay? But if you took a trade and it was a proper setup and everything was there and it doesn't work, it's easy to let it just slide. Okay? You didn't do anything wrong. It's just the market. And the market will do what it wants to do. Okay? And we don't get upset if we have a losing trade, because that's part of trading. It's part of the business. So here's our offer again this evening. Is anybody would like to put their phone number in the questions box? We would be more than happy to give you a call after the webinar, and you can ask as many questions as you would like. All right, let's see. Read that, and that's it. That's all I got. We can show you, somebody wants to see a live chart. Okay, so here's a chart on NQ, right? And here is today. Well, we had earnings on, I don't remember whose earnings was today, but the market went crazy after the close. Look at this. This was an awesome move. If I was here, I would have definitely taken this trade. Clear this pivot 3/4, probably would have got a pullback here. You know what? I would have probably trailed it by the 2 candles back. So 67 ticks. 67 ticks. And that happened from 1 minute. That happened. So let's look at what happened at NQ today. Really choppy, really choppy. I wasn't trading in the afternoon, so we don't trade long below the VWAP. We can, I prefer the rules to trade long above the VWAP. We don't trade into the VWAP. We don't trade into pivots. These are pivots here. We don't trade into higher time frame support and resistance. That's the shaded area right here, which happens to have a pivot inside of it. We only trade away from these areas. Okay, so it was super choppy most of the morning on NQ. Really super choppy. Plus, we had a lot of pivots, a lot of stuff in the way, so we didn't take a lot of trades. And we took this trade here. We got our first profit target break even on the second. This trade here, we got our first profit target break even on the second. You know, it was just one of those days where nothing was following through. So if you have no more questions, then that's all I have. Love to see everybody in the trade room with us tomorrow. Yes, this is being recorded. Rory will send it out probably in the morning. But you can go to rightlinetrading.com. You can click on this link here and do your subscription, or you can give us a call. So, Rory, you have anything to add? No. All right, everybody. I think for $11.97 for a whole year, how many of you lost $100 today? Me. I did. Me, I lost a lot more. Me, yeah. Okay, well, you could have taken that $100 and you could have bought the system. You just could have subscribed to the system and you wouldn't have made any trades today. You would have made a couple of trades today. I made a couple of trades for one profit target today. That was pretty much it, you know. But there were days this month where we didn't trade. Let's see, 2024. You gotta go here. February, March. Look at March. What did we do in March? I forgot. March, we did 11,434. January and February were really choppy. This month's really choppy. March, we had some good trending days. Look at the day, some days we had in March, 1,000, almost 3,000, almost 2,000, 600, 900, 1,100. And look at our losing days, 45, 500, 281, 396. So we try to keep our losing days lower than 500. Some days it gets away from us, it gets a little bit more, but we try to keep our losing days at 500. That's our max loss. So, all right, everybody. Again, I really thank you for attending this webinar this evening. We will be sending out the recording. Look forward to working with everybody in the trade room. If you subscribe, I'm telling you, you won't be sorry. I've been at this a long time. And for the last 3 years that I've been trading with the Money Flow Tracker software has been my best 3 years of trading. And I've been trading a long time. So I can't say anything else except thank you for attending. Have a great evening. God bless everybody. God bless America. And have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.